Well, I sketched out what I thought was the basic understanding which must be reached between the Americans and the Chinese last week in my Shangri-La speech. And it's like this. On the American side, you have to, and on the part of all the rest of us in the world, we have to understand that China has grown, China's influence has grown, that it will continue to grow, it cannot be stopped, and it is unwise to try to stop it. On the Chinese side, to understand that China has grown and you are in a new situation created by your success, that the arrangements which you obtained when you were smaller and weaker, either at the beginning of 改革开放 40 years ago or when you entered WTO 18 years ago, are no longer politically wearable with many of the other countries, not just America, but also in Europe and also in Japan. And that the conditions which have developed, maybe not through a fault of your own, but the conditions which have developed have caused a very important constituency which used to be friendly to China, the business people in America, business people in Europe, no longer to be speaking up for China, but now to be feeling that they are not getting a fair chance to participate in China, to use China as a market and not just as a production base. And therefore, in China's own interest, it's necessary to adjust this stance, participate in developing a new arrangement for China to engage with the world and to participate in new arrangements for the multilateral agencies, including the WTO, and to have full participation in the IMF and the World Bank, where the voting shares have not fully been adjusted to reflect the present economic strengths of the economies, and therefore help to build a new global order in which China is a constructive participant and not somebody who is either left out or somebody who is hostile to the system. Because China depends on this system, and a stable global economy is a stable, integrated global economy is good for China and good for the world.